Well, hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee. It's Christmas Eve, and all I'm going to make for our dinner, my husband finally come home safe and sound, so I'm just going to put together a really easy dish, basically out of my pantry. Now, I did go today and I got an English roast from my local butcher, but I'm only going to use about half of that. And I'm also going to use my home canned French onion soup for this. It's going to be fantastic with just a few other spices, just basic, simple, and an easy pantry meal. Anyway, my hands are nice and clean, but I got this beautiful roast at my local butcher today. But I'm only going to use about half of it because I'm not making a big bunch. It's only a few of us that are eating. So with that, let's see. He's got this. There we go. I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to put this half back in the bag. Okay. And that's going to go in my freezer. Okay, so this we're going to cut. And I don't want this extra fat in here. I know there's a good piece of meat right there, but that fat, I don't want it all on there. Okay, so we're just going to chunk this up. Now, I'm just going to cut this into bite-sized pieces. Look at that big chunk of fat on there. I'm going to take that off. Okay, that's coming off there. We don't need that on there. Here's another piece on the edge here. We're going to cut that off too. Okay. All right, so with that, I'm just going to slice this like so. And some people might not use English roast. That's usually what comes handy for me. My butcher always has one up there, so I've used a lot of my recipes with the English roast. Nice small bite-sized pieces. Okay. You want to keep the fat on your meat, that's fine, you can. I just don't want the gristly. A little bit is okay for flavor, but I don't want too much on there. And it really helps if you have a sharper knife. My knife is really dull.
Yeah. You like your toy?
Papa's talking to Alaric. Okay, so we got that right here. Now my hands, I'm going to wash them. And I'm just going to season this meat after I get my olive oil. I'm going to put olive oil in here, probably a couple good tablespoons. I want to brown this meat in this pan. Okay, there we go. We're going to turn that on medium. Now, with this, all I'm going to do is put just a little bit of garlic powder on here. Okay, just a little bit. About 1/8 of a teaspoon. Not too much. Okay, and I'm going to do a little bit of pepper on here. I shouldn't say a little bit, a whole lot of pepper. I love pepper. We're going to put just a dot of salt in here because I know my Worcestershire sauce that I'm going to put in here is going to be a little salty. So let's get my... Okay, that's just got to heat up a little bit because you don't want to put your meat in there before your pan is hot. Otherwise, it'll all stick to the bottom. Remember, hot oil, hot pan, food don't stick. Okay, my oil is good and hot in there, so we're going to just put this meat right in there. We're going to get that browned up. And I'm going to serve this over some really nice wide egg noodles. And I mean really wide. They're almost like the homemade wide egg noodles. You can serve it over mashed potatoes. You can put it over rice, bread, anything you want. But I'm doing mine over egg noodles. Okay, so I'm just going to put the lid on that. And I'm going to let that cook for a little bit to get nice and brown. And I'll bring you back and I'll show you our next step. Okay, this is browning up pretty good, friends. Not quite browned enough for me yet. Okay, friends. That is browned good enough for me. Now I'm going to turn that down. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open my French onion soup. Now this looks like there's already liquid in there. There's just a little bit of liquid. It's just bubbling up really good. We're going to dump this right in here. I don't have to cook onions, you know, with the meat because I've got all this already in my French onion soup. And this is seasoned with beef broth. Oh, I got a little red wine in there. It's fantastic, I'll tell you. Okay, so we've got that. Now, all we're going to add to that, two things. I'm just going to add about a half a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Nobody pronounces that right, do they? And I'm going to throw in a bay leaf in there, maybe two little ones. Okay? That's simple. I am going to stir this up really good. That smells wonderful. Okay, and now I'm just going to let that cook on low, medium low, for a little bit. I'm going to put the lid on it. I got my water boiling over there, right there, for my noodles. This is going to cook on low, medium low, until it's nice and tender. And then I'll bring you back and show you how we thicken this up.
Hello. Hello.
Oh my goodness, you are a riot. There, I seasoned that up a little bit. Put a little salt in there and a little olive oil. We're just going to leave that wooden spoon right over the top of that. And we're all set. We're letting this simmer. And we'll be back when it's all done. Okay, friends. What I have here is a little bit of cornstarch with some water. I got about 2 good tablespoons of cornstarch. And I just made a slurry. This is bubbling. It's beautiful. The meat is tender. So I am going to take my bay leaf out of there. I got another one floating around in here somewhere. Let's see if I can't find it. If I can't find it, we'll find it when we eat. Anyway, okay, I'm not going to find it. Anyway, I'm just going to pour this in here and thicken this up. Look at that, how beautiful it gets. I didn't even have to use all that. But isn't that gorgeous? I just saw that leaf in there. No, there it is. We're going to take that out of there. That's it. That's all it takes. I'm going to do just a little bit more. I want it just a little bit thicker. Just a little. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the lid on this until I get the plates around to get this plated up. This is beautiful. Look at that. And there's onions in there. It's just, and it smells divine. So easy right out of your pantry. I absolutely love it. And my noodles, you can see my noodles there. Those are done as well. So I got to drain those. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in them after I drain them. And a little bit of parsley just for looks. When I get this all ready to plate, I'll bring you back and I'll show you that. Okay, my noodles are drained. I'm going to drizzle a little olive oil in there. Not too much. I'm going to put just a little bit of salt. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of pepper in there. Not much because I got a grandbaby eating. And I'm also going to put a little bit of parsley in there. Just a couple finger pinches. Gorgeous. Take a look at that. Okay. Actually, I'm going to use this to mix this all up. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some on my husband's plate right here. And you see my nice pie plates. Those are wonderful to use. Okay. I'm going to come right in here. And I'm going to get a little bit of this. I'm going to put it right on top of those noodles. And there you have it, friends. Just take a look at how delicious that looks. So easy right out of the pantry. So there you have it, friends. I hope you give this quick and easy recipe a try. Thanks for watching, and you all have a wonderful Christmas.